Hi guys, welcome back again to the channel Math Appetite with Sir M. This time we're going to discuss on solving equations. Okay, during our last lesson on translating equations to word into symbols and symbols into words or vice versa. So this time we're going to have the solving equation, which is just simply finding the value of the variable or the unknown number from the equations. So there are basic properties used to solve equation. These are four basic properties used to solve equation. First is addition property of equality. So if the same quantity is added to both sides of an equation, the resulting equation is equivalent to the original equation. Second, we have here subtraction property of equality. If the same quantity is subtracted to both sides of an equation, the resulting equation is equivalent to the original equation. Number three, multiplication property of equality. If both sides of an equation are multiplied by the same non-zero quantity, the resulting equation is equivalent to the original equation. Fourth, we have here division property of equality. If both sides of an equation are divided by the same non-zero quantity, the resulting equation is equivalent to the original equation. So these four property of equality are very much used to solve equation. Okay, so in order to understand all these basic properties, let us have example of how to solve equations. Okay, so we have here solve and check equation. Number 1, x plus 5 equals 2, or a number is added by 5 is equal to 2. So we have here solve and check. So to solve this equation, x plus 5 equals 2. So we are going to use the um, subtraction property of equality. Why do we use subtraction property of equality? Since our equation is addition, so we are going to use subtraction as an inverse property of the addition, which is subtraction. So we're going to use subtraction here, the value of the variable in this equation. So we're going to use subtraction property of equality. Now, in order to solve the value of x, we're going to subtract, what number are we going to subtract from 5 so that x here will remain. So we're going to subtract, or what number can we subtract from 5 and be so that x here in these sides will remain. So we're going to subtract here number or number 5. Okay, so if we subtract 5 in these sides, we also subtract 5 in this side. So we're going to have 2 minus 5. Okay, let us solve. So x, so 5 minus 5, that will be equal to 0. And then 2 minus 5, that is the result is an integer, which is negative 3. Okay, so x plus 0 can be represented as also x. Okay, so since 0 is has no value, so we just write here um, x is equal to negative 3. So the value of x here is negative 3. So the value of the equals 2, or x plus 5 equals 2, the value of x here is negative 2. Is this correct? So, okay, let us see. So we're going, how we're going to prove that this value of x here is really negative 3. So we're going to check the equation. So in checking the equation, just what you're going to do is you're going to just simply substitute the value of the variable here x, which is negative 3. So our x here is negative 3. Okay, so we are going to substitute, then plus 5 is equal to 2. So negative 3 plus positive 5 is equal to positive 2, or 2, okay, is equal to, so in this case, positive 2 or 2 is equal to 2. So we can say here that negative 3 is the value of x, okay, for this equation. Okay, so it means to say that these two sides are equal. Okay, so from the original equation, which is x plus 5 is equal to 2. So the value of x here is negative 3, which say it means to say that 2 is equal to 2. So from adding this value of x to 5, we get 2, which is equal to the answer, which is also 2. So we can say that this answer is checked. So uh, this value of x is satisfied with the equation, and that is true. Okay, let us continue. Solve and check equations. We have here number 1, k divided by 4 minus 7 equals 35. So k here is the unknown number, and it is the unknown variable. So we need to find the value of this variable. So how we're going to find the value of k? So in this equation, so it says we use the equation uses the operation subtraction. So again, so we are going to apply the inverse of subtraction, which is the addition. So we're going to use the addition property of equality. So what does it say? So we're going to subtract a number from the uh, both sides in order that one number can be eliminated. Okay, so in this case, so what I'm going to subtract from 7, so that 7 will be eliminated from these sides. So we're going to, or what number are we going to subtract to 7, or to add 7, in order that 7 will become 0 here. So we're going to add 7. Okay, so if we're going to add 7 in these sides, we also add 7 to the other side. So 35 minus plus 7. So add 7 here. So we have here 7 minus negative 7 plus positive 7. That will be, so in adding, unlike integers, so unlike sign, so you're going to subtract the number, then copy the sign of the bigger number. So in this case, 7 minus 7, that will be 0. And 0 is neither positive or negative. So just leave it 0. So in this case, so key 4 will remain on this sides because 7 minus 7 is or become 0. Then 35 plus 7, that is 42. Okay, so key 4 or key divided by 4 is equal to 42. So are we done with this equation? Did we find the value of k? Not yet, because from here, so we're going to eliminate 4 here to get so that k will remain on this in this side. So in this case, so the operation here is k divided by 4. So we're going to use the inverse of the division, which is multiplication. So what we're going to do is we're going to multiply a number from K4 so that 4 will be eliminated. So in this case, we're going to multiply both sides by a number that surely eliminates the number 4 here. So we are going to use the or multiply number 4. Okay. So since your number in this sides is a fraction, so you should also multiply a fraction. So 4 has a denominator of 1. So every whole number has a denominator 1. So to change a whole number into a fraction, we're going to use the denominator 1. So that is why 4 1 is written here. So x equal to 42 times 4 1 or 4. Okay. Next, so k times 4 is k4. 4 times 1 is 4. So cancel the 4. Okay. Then remaining is k1 or k. So you're going to multiply this fraction to whole number. So you're going to multiply 42 times 2. That will be equal to 42 times 4 is, so 4 times 2 is 8, 4 times 4 is 16. So 168. Okay, so do you think the value of k is 168? Is this correct? Okay, so in order to prove that this answer is correct, so we're going to check. So again, how to check the equation from its value of a variable? You're going to substitute. Okay, so substitute key. So the value is 168. So let us again write the equation. K4 minus 7 is equal to 35. So 168 divided by 4. So that will be equal to, okay, so 168 is the value of k. So that's why we write here 168. So 168 divided by 4. So 16 divided by 4, that is equal to, okay, so 4, then 16 minus 16 is 0, bring down 8, 8 divided by 4 is 2, so the answer is 42. So 42 minus 7 equals 35. So let us, okay, so 42 minus 7, that is 35. So from substituting the value of k in this equation, we arrive the same answer. So we have here 42 minus 7 is 35 is equal to 35. So uh, the value of k, which is 168, is true for this equation. Okay, let us have this problem. Solve each problem. So number one, if thrice a number is increased by 11, the result is 35. What is a number? So first thing to do first is you're going to first write the equation. So from word to symbol. So what you're going to do is you're going to, if thrice a number, so a number can be represented by an alphabet. So we're going to using here variable c. So 3 times c, or thrice the a number, is increase. So what do you mean by increase? So it is addition. So the operation is addition. So increase by 11, then the result is simply mean equals. The answer is 35. So what is the value of c? So the question is, what is the value of a number, or c, the variable c? So to solve this one, okay, so what property of equality are we going to use? So in this case, since the operation is addition, what is the inverse of addition? That is subtraction. So okay, so we're going to use subtraction here in this equation. So we're going to use subtraction in order to eliminate 11 from this side. So we're going to subtract number 11 from both sides, out to both sides. So we're going to subtract 11, so that 3 times c will remain on these sides. So both sides will be subtracted by 11. Okay, so 11 minus 11, that becomes 0. So remain here, we have 3 times a number, or 3c. So 35 minus 11, that is equal to 24. Okay, so 3c is equal to 24. Is this the final answer? Not yet, because we don't have the value of variable c here. So we have only 3c, but we only need to find the value of c, not 3c. So we're going to find again the value of c. So in this case, we have here the equation 3c is equal to 24. So to get the value of c, so we use the property of equation or equality, which is division. Since our operation here 3 times c, so we're going to use um, the property of division. So we are going to divide both sides by uh, 3 to get the value, or to eliminate 3 here. We're going to divide both sides by 3. Then so we have here negative 3 divided by 3c, or 3c divided by 3 is equal to c. So then 24 divided by 3 is 8. So the value of c here is 8. So is the value of c here satisfied with the equation? Okay, let us check if this value of c is correct. So we're going to check the value. We're going to substitute the value of the variable. So we have here 3c plus 11 equals 35. So what is our value? We have here 3 times 8, which is equal to plus 11 equal to 35. Okay, so 8 times 3, that will be 24, plus 11, that is 30. Okay, 35. So 24 plus 11 is 35, equal to 35. So okay, so the value of C, which is 8, satisfy this equation, since we have here uh, uh, equal. So 35 is to 35, which satisfies the equation. Okay, so I hope you learn from this topics, although it is very complicated. Just study more on solving equations. Okay, so God bless you all.